Every day, we find ourselves needing to explain what already happened. Whether we're making an excuse for arriving late to a meeting or just telling a friend about our weekend, we have to talk about the past. To do that effectively in English, you need to master the past tense of the verb to be, specifically the words was and were. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to write down your own history. Go ahead and grab a notebook and a pen so you can fill out a short survey with me later on. Learning these specific grammar rules gives you the tools to stop simply reacting to what is happening right now and start confidently telling the story of your own life. A lot of the stories we tell about the past start by describing a specific problem or condition. Let's look at a few common examples. This first illustration gives us our first vocabulary word. She is sick. Sometimes the problem is mechanical. If you drop your device, you might say, "My cell phone is broken." And for transportation delays, looking at this bicycle, the tire is flat. Words like sick, broken, and flat describe conditions right now, but they also serve as the exact building blocks we need to explain what went wrong yesterday. To take those present-day problems and move them into the past, the English verb to be splits into two distinct forms. The form you use depends entirely on who or what you are talking about. This grammar table breaks it down. For singular subjects like I, he, or she, you use was. If talking directly to someone or about multiple people like you or they, the verb shifts to were. For negative statements, was not combines to form wasn't, and were not becomes weren't. Notice how these negative words flow in natural speech. When wasn't or weren't is followed by a vowel sound, like the word in, the final T sound is reduced, making the words connect smoothly. I wasn't in class. Choosing correctly between was and were is the main mechanism you need to describe history accurately. Now let's see how those vocabulary words and grammar rules work together in a real-world scenario, like explaining to a teacher why you are running late. In this transcript, Adam uses our earlier vocabulary to make his first excuse. My phone was broken. He pairs the singular noun phone with was. When the teacher asks about the day before, he uses another condition. The train was crowded. By combining a specific noun with the correct form of was or were, Adam creates a clear, undeniable explanation for his delay. Now it's time to put this into practice. Get your notebook ready. I'm going to bring up a survey, and you can pause the video to write down your own answers. This survey table asks questions starting with, where were you? Look at the first row. Where were you at this time yesterday? Answering for yourself, use the pronoun I and the verb was. You could write, I was at home. In row 3, where were you last Saturday night? Maintaining subject-verb agreement, you might write, I was at a restaurant. Writing these responses down by hand is an important step. It connects the grammar rules you just learned to actual physical communication. Excellent work. If you followed along and filled out the survey, you have successfully written an account of your own past in English. Let's check our progress at the bottom of the page. You now have the vocabulary needed to talk about past events and conditions. You also know how to match pronouns with the correct past tense of the be verb, whether it's was or were. With these tools, you are ready to share your own history, explain your experiences, and hold confident conversations about the past.